I'm joined live by the Mayor of Hamilton, Andrea Horwath. Mayor Horwath, how are you feeling about Trump's announcement? We've heard some experts saying they're cautiously optimistic, or it could have been worse.
Well, that's the challenge, right? It can always be worse, and we never know when it's going to get worse again because everything has been so uncertain and so difficult. So what I can say is I'm waiting to hear more details from the federal government. I understand where the premier is coming from, but we have to acknowledge that the 25% tariffs already on steel and aluminum are hurting our city, and they're hurting our companies, and they're hurting our workers, and they will hurt our community. And so that's nothing to celebrate. When those are gone, maybe I'll celebrate if nothing else happens. And so that whole issue of chaos and uncertainty, unfortunately, Matt, continues. And this is directly because of the way that President Trump has handled the situation.
Oh, you hit it right on the head there. Confusion and anxiety. Tell me more about what you're hearing from the people of our city about how this is impacting city operations, business operations, and people's lives.
Well, as you know, I mean, we've already put in place some policies around our purchasing procedures so that we are able to ensure that we're buying Canada, buying local, whenever, as often as possible. I mean, that's what we're doing. I know that people who I talk to, who I see, who I spend time with, are all saying the same thing, that everybody they know are building Buy Canadian into their own daily life. So that's a positive thing. That's going to be a good thing for local producers. But when we hear about stories of folks already being laid off, which we've heard, when we hear about companies who've already seen orders dry up with the steel and aluminum tariffs, that's going to have an impact. And we all know those are well-paying jobs. So at the worst, if the worst had happened today in terms of the blanket tariffs and Canada and obviously Hamilton as part of Canada, but also Mexico had those blanket tariffs put in place, it would have meant over 60,000 jobs at risk. It would have meant over $3.5 billion plucked out of our economy. That's very, very frightening. Okay, so we can breathe easy. That didn't happen today, but we are still facing challenges, as I said, and people know it. People feel it, and it's continues to cause uncertainty. You can't just do these kinds of things and expect the next day, if you don't do it, everything's going to be okay again, because that's not how it works. We've lost a lot in terms of our confidence in how the president operates. And when I say we, I mean the royal we, the business community, the workers here, the investors here, the everyday small businesses and companies. I mean, you hear about the brewers that are, we have so many great microbrewers and breweries here in Hamilton who are being impacted by the aluminum tariffs, steel jobs, advanced manufacturing, steel fabrication. Those things are still really a problem. So, it's is it as bad as we thought it would be? Probably not. But who knows when the next shoe's going to drop, right? Who knows when the next problem's going to show up with
Well, you're
this,
right. We don't seem to know what's coming next, but I am curious how you felt about the way Trump talked about Canada today. No 51st state rhetoric, no undermining our sovereignty, but still very, very clearly annoyed with the trade relationship with our country. Do you think that there are going to be more Canada-specific tariffs or policies coming from the Trump administration?
I certainly hope not. What we need is trade that is fair, trade that is reliable, and trade that is that is able to create prosperity on both sides of the border. That's what we've had for some time, and that's what we have to keep a focus on. Whether that comes through the renegotiated deal from the Canada, U.S., Mexico, or whether it comes from some other process, I don't know. But that's what we deserve, and that's what we need: stable, fair, reliable trade.
That's the Mayor of Hamilton, Andrea Horwath. Mayor Horwath, thanks so much for taking the time tonight.
Thank you.